what she thought of such a request. 7 months pregnant, Boston's best homicide cop was reduced to holding down the fort. At least Susan, the receptionist who was currently out to lunch, kept an emergency stash of Kit Kats in her lower left-hand drawer. Normally, D.D. would be raiding that chocolate supply, but at the moment, her stomach felt off. Today was D-Day. Alex had asked the question. She owed him an answer. This morning, this afternoon, any time now. She regarded the walk-in bundle of nerves instead. He was picking at a hangnail on his left thumb. Very soft hands, she thought, nearly effeminate. "Informant for the mob?" she asked him. "No." "Embezzling from a financial firm?" "Of course not." "Then I'm thinking serial killer." She nodded decisively. "Yep. The kind of predator who preys on prostitutes, using a garrote fashioned from pantyhose, or maybe a last-minute ambush via baseball bat. But absolutely, your victims are weaker than you, and murdering them is the only time you feel powerful." The man blinked his eyes several times. His mouth opened, closed, opened. He managed at last. "Who are you?" "Your expert. You asked, here I am. Sergeant Detective D.D. Warren." The man blinked a few more times. He finally closed the 5-foot gap to the receptionist desk, peering over the edge of the counter down to where D.D. sat with her hands around her enormous belly. His turn to be skeptical now. Could a pregnant receptionist really be a homicide detective? D.D. was getting that a lot these days, so she took pity and held up her badge. While he regarded her genuine city-issued police shield, she continued her observations. Definitely, the man in front of her had shed pounds, and not the good kind. His skin was washed out, like he spent all his time under fluorescent lights, and there were lines furrowed so deep into his brow, Botox was already too little too late. Maybe not a serial killer then, she amended, because clearly he was no good at compartmentalization. But he had problems and needed a detective. All in all, that made him the most interesting thing to happen to D.D. in weeks. The first 3 months of D.D.'s pregnancy, she'd suffered morning sickness so severe her diet had consisted of Gatorade and dry Cheerios. In her 3rd trimester now, however, she felt great. She ate like a horse, had the energy of 6 people, and had even achieved the mysterious maternal glow mentioned in various baby books. Certainly, her short blonde hair seemed thicker, curlier, and shinier. If she were a canine at Westminster, she was pretty sure she could win Best in Show, which made her current work limitations all the more grating. Sure, early on she'd vomited a few times at a couple of different crime scenes, but she didn't think the scene where the guy had blown off his own head with a shotgun should be held against her. Her squad mates, Phil and Neil, had brought her tapioca pudding for an entire week, just to rub it in. She'd saved each cup until her 2nd trimester had brought an end to her nausea. Then she'd sat in front of Phil and Neil and calmly eaten every bite of brain pudding. Sergeant Detective D.D. Warren had her mojo back. The very next day, her boss had stuck her on desk duty. This is what motherhood did to the working detective. One moment an invaluable member of the team, the next a really fat paperweight, whose boyfriend, partner, father of her child, wanted her to move in with him. All she had to do was give Alex her answer. This morning, this afternoon, any time now. Then, at 41 years of age, D.D. would complete her transition from active, single, workaholic Boston cop to everyone else's idea of domestic bliss. The nervous, frazzled, guilty of something guy in front of her was looking better and better all the time. "So," D.D. stated, jarring the man's attention off her belly and back to her face, "I've told you mine. Now you tell me yours." She pointed to her credentials, which included her name, and the nervous man got the hint. "Oh, right. Don Bilger, executive producer." He fished around inside his jacket pocket, producing the previously identified roll of Tums, flushing slightly, then managing to extract a business card. "Call me Donnie." D.D. accepted the offered card. She read, "Donnie B. Productions," followed by an address, phone number, Facebook page, and even Twitter hashmark. The modern world, she thought, where businesses occupied social media instead of the yellow pages. "What do you produce?" She set the card down on the counter between them. "Entertainment products, TV, movies, videos."